probably got enough, but I don't have my charging cable, so
How much do you have?
enough to get me through.
Alright, let's get rolling, boy. Welcome to Spoilers Plays, this podcast and where we talk about movies that we haven't seen. I'm Bailey Lancaster, and to my right is...
Tom Burness.
And that's Tom, and I'm Bailey, and that's us, the Spoilers Please boys, running on a bare bones crew this week, and for the next few weeks, mayhaps. Just because we've got some stuff, some stuff going on with end of uni, and George has picked up a new job, and so we're all just we're kind of vibing at the moment, but give it about a month and we'll be back up to full capacity, and we're going to be working on some new stuff, mayhaps. Mayhaps. But we'll talk about that later.
Besides what we have already in the works.
Exactly. Anyhow, so we're going to get rolling. This week, I watched a film called Contact,
Film, if you will.
which I've seen a while ago, but I completely forgot because I was like 5 when I saw it. I was not 5. But Burns hasn't seen this movie. This film, I'm pulling up the details as we speak. Contact movie. As you can see there, it has got Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey. We did a movie with Jodie Foster recently, didn't we?
Taxi Driver?
Taxi Driver, yeah. We're on a Jodie Foster streak. Kinda.
Streak, if you say that, yeah.
I guess you could call it that. This movie has got those two people in it. It's got Post Malone's mum, Jenna Malone.
Excuse me? Is that real?
Sure.
Is that
Will-
a fixed timeline canon?
This is alt timeline canon. So this is
Wait, Post Malone's not actually a rock star, but he's a movie star.
He's a
Hollywood star.
I think this is the timeline where
Soap opera star.
Well, he's a soap opera star. I think this is that
I
timeline.
like that.
Yeah.
Can he be on the Days of Our Lives?
Yeah, Days of Our Lives starring Post Malone. And he rocks onto
Hey, can
the
I
set.
get that cameo to go, please? I will start watching every episode of Days of Our Lives just so I can fill myself in and see where Post Malone fits into it if he comes in for an episode.
And then he runs into the room with all his swords and he's like, "Guys, look!" And they're like, "Shut up, you weeb."
Is that really the role you want to assign to Post Malone in Days of Our Lives? You want to give him a significant love interest, and then he gets cancer.
No, the love interest is his swords.
And then he gets cancer.
It's his swords. He stabs himself.
What? No, that sucks.
No, he cuts the cancer out with
What?
his swords.
So the love of his life saves him with what?
Yeah, it's like the conundrum of what if your wife was your surgeon or something.
That's a conundrum?
I don't know. I thought it was.
Could that be? Why is that conundrum? She's very capable.
Because
I trust her with my life then.
Oh no, maybe it's the one of a boy crashes. A dad crashes a car with his son in it, and then they go to the hospital, and then the doctor looks down and goes, "This is my son."
Yeah, it's because it's his mum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a conundrum at all.
That's just a little tiny little thing. Oh look, we got a dog now.
We got doggo.
We found more dogs.
We got doggo.
Ah, I'll take dog.
Pass dog out.
Dog
Dog passed out.
Passed off to the extras on the side.
Dog passed out to the extras. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's also got William Fichtner.
Not William Shatner.
No. William Shatner's ugly. You know him. That guy.
Oh, I do know him.
That guy?
That guy?
That guy.
George loves it when we do that.
Yeah, George loves editing it in. It's got John Hurt.
John Hurt.
These people don't really matter. The only people that matter are Matthew McConaughey, Jodie Foster, and William Fichtner. Really.
Mm-hmm.
By Mr. Zemeckis.
Mm-hmm.
A one Zemeckis. Mr. Back to the Future.
So we know it's going to be a quality movie.
Was that... So, okay. Okay. He did Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Back to the Future, Forrest Gump, etc.
Mm-hmm.
People know the work of Mr. Zemeckis.
It's got some good movies.
Just got a Snapchat.
That's very unprofessional.
Very unprofessional of me. I should probably put that on Do Not Disturb. It is... I think I've given you everything. It runs for 149 minutes. Came out in the year 1997, Anno Domini, the year of our Lord. It's a drama / sci-fi film. It got 7.4 on IMDb and 62% on Rotten Tomatoes. So, hit me with some of them questions that you got, my boy.
A message from deep space. Who will be the first to go? A journey to the heart of the universe. Excuse me.
Yeah, okay. I forgot that was there, but yeah.
So, sorry, so did you say a sci-fi thriller?
I said a sci-fi drama, but there are thriller elements in there.
Because I'm seeing a thriller here.
Yeah.
Like a very slow-paced thriller. Very slow-burning thriller.
Can't emphasize how slow it is.
I mean, like, so goddamn slow. This movie's, like, almost as long as The Cure for Insomnia. But
Wait,
like,
is that a long movie?
It's like a 72-hour movie.
What? What do you wait?
The Cure for Insomnia.
Are you serious? This is a real thing? I'll look it up
Apparently,
later,
yeah.
actually. I will
Look it
look
up
it up
later.
Whoa!
Yeah, but it's like super long burn.
That's very long burn.
Yeah, so it's like more like 63 hours.
It's okay, so it's a
It's not
60
quite as long,
Okay.
but yeah, real slow burning, and it's pretty much just like all like a one like not one take, but like, you know, that slow, like lots of long shots that just last forever.
For ages, yeah.
And
Kind of like in
I feel like that's what it'd be like, yeah.
Okay. This.
So anyway, yeah, this movie. Does this have any relation to the movie The Dish?
I haven't seen that film.
Oh.
So I'm gonna say no, but I really want to say yes. I really want to say yes. So I'm gonna say yes.
Sure, if you want
I'm
to.
gonna say yes.
The Dish has just got lots of big satellites in it, and it's an Australian film.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah. They play cricket on The Dishes.
Oh, that's a bad place to play cricket.
They got nothing better to do with them.
That's great. We can try that one day.
Is Matthew McConaughey a cyborg?
You can't hit me with that, my friend. No, he's not, but I want him to be so badly. You can't hit me with that, son.
There's aliens in this movie, yes?
Yes. I'll just leave it at yes.
Yes.
I'm not going to specify, because if I specify it ruins it. But yes, aliens are present in this film.
Cool. Okay, well, I guess I'm ready.
He's all equipped to go. So tell me, Burns, what is this movie Contact all about?
Okay, this movie Contact's about Jodie Foster, who's a scientist who sits and listens to the dishes all day. So
How many dishes are there?
There's a lot. There's lots of them. They're all lined up very evenly.
Very neatly as well, aren't they?
There's lots of them, but there's more on the other side, like the right, the left of her.
Okay.
You can't see them out of shot.
Yeah.
But they all go back in a line like that.
Okay.
So it's roughly 200.
Roughly 200.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dishes.
It's approximately 200 dishes.
Give or take.
Yeah. Some of them are fake just for show. Just to make it look impressive. Because they didn't have the resources to make like 200 exactly work.
Mm.
But it really, the guy who designed it was really a perfectionist. So he made some fake ones just to kind of even up the lines.
Like even out the numbers.
If he evens up the lines pretty evenly, then it's like, okay, that's fine.
That makes it work, yeah.
Cool. So yeah, he did that. Anyway, she's a scientist. And her name's...
Yeah, what's her name?
Oh, Jean.
Jean.
Yeah, Jean the scientist.
Jean the scientist.
Yeah. And she has her colleague Matthew McConaughey, who plays another doctor named Ben.
Ben the doctor.
Yeah.
Ben the doctor and Jean the scientist.
Well, she's a scientist. She's a doctor too.
Oh, she's a doctor?
Yeah. Scientists are doctors.
Are they?
Yeah, mostly.
Oh, doctors of the stars.
Pretty much. They're astrologists.
Damn it.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I want to be a doctor of the stars.
So anyway, all they do really is they sit on like a dish farm.
Ooh, a dam, if you will.
Yeah, sort of. And they just kind of like look for signs of intelligent life in outer space.
Yeah, okay.
And
seems like a very tame movie so far.
Yeah, that's
but
that's it's the slow burn. See,
Yeah.
and see, there's lots of time to build up into what what's happening.
Yeah.
So it goes about 3 hours establishing like establishing the characters.
3 hours, okay. Just the usual time.
Yeah, just like so it's like an hour and a half for like the two main characters so far. Right?
Yeah.
And like just to show them their lives, what they do at this place, things they like
in extreme depth, it sounds like.
Yeah, lots of depth, lots and lots of depth. It's a thriller, you know. So it's like
Yeah.
there's tense music playing all the time.
At all times.
All times.
Oh.
Like in every scene.
For an hour and a half.
Even when it's like just like Ben like at home making the heated up meal in a microwave, it's just tense music.
And he's staring at
at it,
yeah.
like waiting for his frozen meal to be cooked, and it's
Nani?
just tense music.
Yeah. And he's sweating, like just giant beads of sweat.
Yeah, because staring at a microwave is not good for you.
It's not good for
Don't do that.
It's not good for your eyes, your health, your soul, or your heart.
Because it's radioactive.
Like the Imagine Dragons song?
Yeah.
Is that what they named? Is that what they made the song after?
You're staring at microwaves.
Staring at microwaves, they got really high and they're like, we need to write a song ASAP. That's a cheap high, kids. Stick your head in a microwave.
Don't stick your head in the
Don't
microwave.
do that.
Don't.
Joking.
So, yeah, anyway, they establish all this stuff about the characters. It's quite, boring and drags a bit, but that's okay. It's 3 hours of your time. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Not
as bad as Blade Runner.
Don't joke about that. Don't.
Sorry.
That's a good sci-fi movie. This is not.
Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean it. Sorry, please go on.
Yeah, so then they're working one day after the 3 hours first pass, and about 3.5 hours in, they get like a little speck on the radar, on the radar, right?
Boop, boop, bloop, boop, 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 boop. Like that.
Yeah, like that, yeah. And she like goes, what's this? Huh? What's this? And then she like kind of taps the screen to see if it was working still, and it keeps popping up. She goes,
oh, like that classic thing in old sci-fi movies where they're like, come on!
is that right?
Are you working?
Yeah, she's like kind of tapping on the screen, making sure it's just not like a little glitch in the
Yeah.
system. Yeah. I know it persists, so she runs off to Ben and goes, "Oh my god, look what I found! I found a dot on the screen." He goes, "Yeah, cool."
Did she stare at the dot for like an hour?
No, she tapped the screen for about 20 minutes. She just kind of sat there like, "Oh, it can't be right? It's gotta be false. It's false." Yeah, so she did that for about 20 minutes, and then she's like, "Okay, it's gotta be real. I gotta go tell Ben." And then runs off and tells Dr. Ben. And he goes, "Nah, it can't be right." So he taps on the screen for 20 minutes just to prove it, right? So she's just sitting there going, they're both tapping the screen at this point. They do another extra 20 minutes just to make sure. Like they turn it off and on again, see like if it works. Still there.
Still doesn't work. Oh. So
And
how far in are we
this
of
is
the
about,
movie?
This is about 4.5 hours in there.
About 4.5 hours in the movie.
And then it starts to pick up a bit.
Okay.
Because an alien just
just
like
comes
beams into like it's like Star Trek.
I have seen that show.
Yeah.
I've only seen one episode of that show.
But like they have the thingy that teleports in places.
Yeah, the transporter.
Yeah, it's like that, but it's like a big like light beam that shoots him down to Earth. Yeah.
It just kind of guns into the Earth.
Not kind of guns him, but like just.
It flat, yeah.
And like does like the cool like crop circle pattern on the ground, and then like burns it.
Bit of a crop dust.
Yeah, that's where all the budget of this movie went, just into making a really cool scene there. Because it's slow burn after this. That's the only time the action spikes.
Oh, so it kind of goes like this, and then it goes, and then it just.
Then it's just like that for the rest of the movie.
Huh.
And yeah.
Is there
And there's like a little.
What's a little blip? Okay.
Like that, yeah. And then they got to tap the screen again for 20 minutes to make sure the blip's alright.
And then the blip dies.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, fine, got rid of that. So then they just kind of like, this alien comes, he's got a huge, like, he's stereotypical alien, big head, big eyeball, like, huge
like
eyes.
Yeah, like that.
Like, big
like
eyes.
Hey, actually, can you do that again? George, can you get tight on that, please?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
So he has big eyeballs, and he kind of like looks at him and goes, "Man, I need to make sure this is right, actually." Too. He kind of taps the screen, and he goes, "Oh fuck, there is actually an alien out there. Shit, I better go find him." Goes, beams back up, and he goes, "Huh?" They're sitting in the room, they're stunned. They have no idea what just happened. They're like, "What the fuck? Did an alien just come in and tap my screen for 20 minutes?" Yes, it did. It did just happen.
It happened. We saw it.
Yeah. And then it's back to more 3-hour slow burnings.
Slow burnings. Slow
This
burnings.
movie shouldn't actually be called Contact. It should be called Slow Burnings.
Slow burnings.
And
Contact 2. Slow burnings.
That's it.
Thank
Sequel.
you.
If this movie ever got a sequel, which I really doubt.
It did.
Cool. And so then they're like, okay, now we have to find this alien. We have to get in contact with this alien.
Oh, roll credits.
Not really.
Oh.
We're still in another 50-something hours.
Boy.
So they decide to try and find this alien. And then they go on a massive journey to find the alien.
To the center of the universe.
Journey to the center of the earth.
That's the one I was trying to reference.
There we go.
And I did it.
Yeah, but they actually don't go down. They go to find the alien. They build a spaceship.
Little did we know the
yeah, you ever play
Pikmin?
Pikmin. Yeah.
I've played Pikmin.
They have to build a spaceship?
I got 1 and 2. And 3 on my Wii U, which is dead and in the garbage because it sucks.
True.
But I have played...
Put your Wii U in the garbage.
Yeah, if anyone has a Wii U, which I swear to God, if you have a Wii U, I'm going to beat you up.
And then put it in the garbage.
And put it in the garbage. There are dozens of us, but God, put it in the bin. Sorry, go on. Yeah,
so then they had to build a spaceship, and they build a spaceship, like in Pikmin. That's what you do in Pikmin, isn't it?
That's what you do in Pikmin 1, you got to rebuild your spaceship.
Yeah.
And Pikmin 2, you kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, you rebuild your spaceship. It's good.
Yeah.
And so they build a spaceship, and they fly off into the center of the universe to find the alien that came down. They took them a long time to build the spaceship.
Yeah.
Approximately 20 hours of the film.
And is it just 20 hours of the film just watching people make it?
No, 2 people make it. Watch 2 people make it. It's a two-man operation. That's why it took so long.
And how long does it take, in movie time? 20 hours in watching time, but in movie time, how long does it take?
Months.
It's actually not that bad.
It's pretty quick.
That's pretty efficient.
They condensed it down for the movie's sake, just 20 hours, because they can't show you everything.
Well, they can't show you a whole month. Although that would be a good art piece.
Yeah, but mostly it's like Matthew McConaughey sketching a little bit, this is what my ship's gonna look like. And then and then at the very end, he gets his blueprint of what he wanted to look like.
Yeah.
And
then he does the classic.
He kind of pulls it down. And this is what he gets.
Yeah.
He was kind of disappointed. He's
It's like a film student's wet dream. This 20-hour montage of...
Yeah, it's like a montage.
Yeah.
But with thriller music in the background instead of fun, happy music.
Wait.
Like a fun montage.
Okay.
But a thriller music.
But it's kind of like a tense montage. All my...
No. The camera and the lighting is all really happy.
It's very fun.
Real happy, fun, but the thriller music.
And it's just kind of off-putting.
Thriller music has always got to be there in the scene, no matter what.
I really like the balls of Robert Zemeckis to just, first of all, make a 63-hour long movie, and second of all, to just have, I'm assuming, the same thriller music, just looping.
No, it's one score.
Yeah, so just one long score playing throughout the whole 63.
But it's not repeated. It's the orchestra did the 63 hours
63
required.
Hours. Yeah.
And it's there's different parts for every part of the movie. So you just you put that big music track on, and then you put your music, and then you put the film over the top. Yeah.
And then at the end of that 63-hour stint, all the musicians died. I read that in an interview with Robert Zemeckis, and they were like, "Hey, those hundreds of lives are on your hands, Robert Zemeckis," and he's like, "Good movie though, wasn't it?" And they're like, "I guess you're right."
Hey, remember Back to the Future? You're welcome.
Yeah, you don't know how many people I killed to make that. We don't want to know. Robert Zemeckis, just keep it hush-hush.
You know, he actually made the flux capacitor work?
He actually
Human souls.
Human souls. He did that as well, and then he time traveled.
Yeah.
By accident. And then he made 2 bad sequels.
Number 3 was good.
You like number 3?
I like number 3.
Yeah. I guess that's the difference of it.
Cowboys.
Cowboys are cool. I do like Cowboys, and I did like how in number 2 they set up for number 3. When he goes to the future, and then it's and then Biff's great-great-granddad, and then it shows, the antagonist of number 3. I did like it, they did that.
Pretty good. It was a good movie. Anyway. So yeah, we're about 30 hours in now, and they're in space. They're looking around for the alien. And they go to
So we're halfway through the film.
Yeah, we're halfway
we're
through.
getting there.
Yeah, so we finally got somewhere. So they go to a gas station in space.
Oh, a space station. That's a different thing.
Yeah, it's different. Gas station in space.
Yeah.
Different thing.
There's no joke to be made with that.
No. Space gas station.
Space. No, that's offensive or something. I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, anyway.
I can't keep up.
So they go into this convenience store. It's 8:12.
In the morning or in the evening?
Yeah.
Oh, it's space. It doesn't matter.
So it's space. So then they look at her and then go into this gas station, space gas station, and they get a Mars bar. And they think maybe we could lure the alien back to us with a Mars bar.
Of course they get a fucking Mars bar. What else do they sell in space? Nothing. Just Mars bars. And...
Chiquitos.
Chiquitos. Mars bars and Chiquitos. That's all aliens need to survive. And thrive. Don't be adult. have a Mars bar and thrive to survive.
Nice. Cool. And so then, anyway, they buy these things and they ask for directions to the nearest stereotypical looking alien home planet.
Very stereotypical alien.
Yeah, they have like a picture of a stereotypical alien. He's like big and green and
Yeah.
big head, big eyes.
Very big eyes.
Yeah, and so they kind of go, oh, cool, we'll just go find this guy. And he goes, oh, the guy speaks in a foreign space language. And he just points in some direction. They go, okay, we'll just go in that direction.
We'll go that way. Yeah.
Yeah, in space, because, it's ever expanding.
So
could be forever.
he could be, but, I mean, we're halfway through the movie, so we know he's got to find him sometime.
Yeah, about 4... So I'm going to skip over about 15 hours just to get kind of to the...
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah, so they give us 15 hours and they find him. They find the alien they came
So in that 15 hours you skip, just a really brief run over, are they just flying through space?
Yeah.
Okay.
And tapping screens.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, and so they find the alien and he's like, oh, what are you doing here? I thought I came in to look for an alien. They're like, yeah, we look for you. And he's like, oh, well, I'm looking for another alien. And they team up
Oh, okay.
to find a cyborg alien. And they go to Earth 2.
Earth 2? Do they change dimensions?
No, it's like Earth, exactly the same Earth.
Yeah.
With all the exact same people except they're robot cyborg people.
Ooh.
They look exactly the same as Earth. Like, it is a duplicate Earth.
Oh, but everyone's robots. Robot cyborgs.
Yeah, they're cyborgs.
Okay.
So they all look the same. They all look like natural, normal human look, but like they're cyborgs.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's what's on the inside.
It's like it's perfect. Like the matter, like everything is perfect.
That's
Atom
wild.
perfect. Like everything.
Oh, yeah,
like,
you've
if
heard
I scratched this table here in this Earth, a scratch appears on this table in that Earth.
So wait, are we Prime Earth?
Yeah.
So what gets altered here gets altered there. Wow.
This movie was ahead of its time.
This movie's way ahead of its time, dude. You've heard of Frame Perfect, now get ready for Atom Perfect. Holy shit. Atom Perfect. Dude, I'm just trying to... that's new speedrun tech. Frame Perfect, that's you know, the Drake thing.
Pixel
like,
perfect.
Pixel Perfect? Atom Perfect?
Is it even possible? Can you even do it? No.
No mere man can do it. Except for me. Because I'm not a man. Just a boy out here trying to be Atom Perfect. You know?
Yeah.
So what happens when they find Earth 2?
Oh, they go and find the cyborg alien that they had the blip of.
Yeah.
And
Oh, he was the blip.
They go, yeah, this is where the thriller part comes in.
Ooh! So the rest of it wasn't thriller. The 45
It was
hours
the slow
prior.
burn part. Because I always think
Oh.
the best part of a thriller is when they kind of like the twist kind of
Yeah,
It's
when
like,
it all kicks off.
it's like, what?
Nani? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the people who sent the blip was actually Dr. Ben and Jodie Foster's character, which I've forgotten what the name was because it was over 50 hours ago.
Jean,
yes.
Jean.
Yeah, it was over 50 hours
Yeah,
ago. in this
it's
film.
weird because in this movie, don't they only say the characters' names once at the very beginning of the movie and then never say it again?
Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah, I just forgot. Because it's 60 hours ago in this movie.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the last 3 hours where it all kind of goes.
It's where it all ties itself together.
Yeah, and so they sent the blip off. Like, the people from Earth 2 sent this blip to Earth 1.
Oh.
So then the real people would come to Earth 2
Yeah.
to fix the
To
satellite.
fix the satellites. Because people on Earth 2 don't know how to fix satellites. Because a robot can't fix a robot.
Mm. But see, they needed to come to Earth 2 to fix the satellites because they were broken on Earth 1.
Oh.
So because they left and went to space, the satellites just started breaking because no one was there to take care of them.
Wait, so everyone from Earth left?
No, it was just those two take care of the satellites.
Oh,
If no one else had a problem.
Oh, okay, right. I
So
see.
if, when they leave and they go, oh, we'll just leave the satellites, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
They didn't. So it's, and then they fix the satellites and they head home and they go, wow, thanks for
that adventure.
this great time we had here. And then they,
So it's kind of, so the ending's kind of like Interstellar where like it happens and you're like, whoa, like give me a minute to wrap my head around that. And then you gotta watch it like a few more times and you're like...
Yeah, you gotta waste another 120 hours of your life.
Yeah.
But
like it's worth it because when you finally like get that theoretical concept, you're like, it all makes sense. So that's kind of like what this movie's about, it sounds like. That's very cool.
It was pretty good. It was very good.
Damn. So what would you rate that movie? Because they gave it a 7.4, but this movie sounds like a straight 10 on 10 to me, honestly. Like, goddamn.
Very good.
The cinematography sounds great. Like the music sounds very good.
Just thriller music.
Just thriller music. No, just cut and dry. Just cut around the edges, dude.
It was Hans Zimmer. It wasn't cookie cutter. It was very good.
No, it was very down the line. Oh man, and it sounds like Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey, like, spent. It felt like, it sounded like it felt like you were there with them. You know. For
63 hours straight.
God damn, dude. I want to go see this movie now. Is it still showing in cinemas? Ronnie goes.
You can only get one. You can only get one showing out of it because it's 63 hours.
True, and that's pretty much like cumulative. That's more than 2 days. That's almost 3 days, and it's like they don't play movies for that long at the cinemas. No. I mean, they should petition to change that. Don't get me wrong, because like, I want to be able to have the freedom to watch a movie as long as I want to watch a movie. If I want to put it on like a quarter speed and watch it, let me. You know, I'm all for movie rights. Like, let me watch my movie how I see fit. Like, I want to watch movies in 4D and just get wet farted all over, but they just don't want us to do that. Anyway, I've got to get off my soapbox. Don't want to offend too many people with my controversial opinions.
That's true.
You did alarmingly good at the beginning. I don't remember what you said at the beginning, but I just remember being like, damn, this dude kind of gets it.
The blips and the tapping the screens.
The blips and the tapping the screens, yeah, they just did it for like an hour of the film. Now, this film's about this lady called Jodie Foster who's like, oh man, love space. She's kind of like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
She loves space.
Oh man, love space. Every time I step outside, I look up. Have you heard him say that?
Nope.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said sometimes in his interviews, every time I step outside, I look up. I fucking doubt that. I doubt every single time he steps outside, he looks up at the sky. I think he does it at least once a day. I don't think he does it every single time he steps outside. That's a load of
Maybe
of
he just doesn't go outside very often.
Maybe he goes outside once a day. I don't know. Who am I to judge?
It's true.
But if he does do that, goddamn. He
really
loves space.
Yeah, he really loves space.
Man, why am I judging? Anyway, but yeah, she's like, man, love space. And then she bangs Matthew McConaughey and he's like, I love God. I love God. Oh. And then they get this like blip from outer space. Like a literal blip from outer space. And then the aliens are like, here you go, have some documents to build a machine. And then Earth is like, okay. And it's a lot of the whole like, if we got something like this, what would we do? Because it's like, on one hand, you've got all the religious people going, who are you scientists to say that this is aliens and not God? But then you've got the scientists being like, shut the fuck up, it's aliens. And then they build this giant fucking machine, and then it's like a big oscillating mechanism, and she gets dropped into it, and then she travels for like 18 hours through space, and then she meets...
Just like in my film,
yeah? Like in your film.
18 hours in space, yeah?
She travels 18 hours through space. And then... Did you watch this, actually? Because I think you nailed it. Travels 18 hours through space, and then ends up on this, like, really, like, it came out in 1997, and I'm sure it looked good at 1997, but God, it looked awful. This heavily green screen, like, beach. And then her dad died. And then her dad comes up, and she's like, hey, what's up? And she's like, what? And he's like, yeah, we're aliens. And then she's like, huh? And he's like, decided to take this form, just so you get it. And then she's like, I've got so many questions. And then the alien's like, whatever. And just sends her back on her way. And his whole reasoning was like, this is the way it's always been done. Baby steps. And then sends her back on her way. And then she blips back out. Because the way the machine works, it's all these oscillating rings and you drop a little person through. And she went into this giant thing, but when she comes back out of the wormhole, she just lands through the other side. So to everyone on Earth, it looks like she just went straight through. But to her, she went in halfway, opened a wormhole, travelled for 18 hours, came back, and just kept going. Which fucks you up. Because it's like that one part of Interstellar that fucks me up. Like, you know when they go to the planet for like an hour and they
Mm.
come back up and it's been like 7 years? That shit fucks me up. Have you seen Interstellar?
I haven't seen it so long.
You haven't?
Mm.
We're gonna have to watch that one day.
Fuck.
Because there's some stuff in the movie that like it hurts me to think about. But she does that and everyone's like, "You're a crazy lady," and she's like, "I'm not." And then they're like, "Oh, there's this worldwide rich man who made a joke on the world." Kind of falls apart in the end. And then everyone's like, "Hey, aliens, am I right?" And she's like, "Hell yeah, me and Matthew McConaughey love each other." And she talked to aliens, and that's that movie. And then they do this like weird cutaway. It's like 18 months later, and it's like you didn't need to do that actually. And then they did it anyway, and it sucked. Some weird parts in this movie.
Yeah. It sounds like it.
Like I recommend it because it's like, because I was watching it and I was like, I think Arrival got because I love Arrival.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I think Arrival got some stuff in this. And I was enjoying it, but there's some parts of that movie that's just fucking weird. And some parts just don't make sense, like with character motivations. But for the most part, I liked it. I thought it was good. And your rating, I would give you, because I think you did good and I want to watch your movie. I think I would give you...
All 63 hours.
I would give you all 63 hours out of The Cure for Insomnia.
That's big. That's a long one.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
What can I say but congratulations? Work so hard, forgot how to vacation.
Me vacations.
Oh.
Well, I think it's time to do the next movie.
It's time to
This next movie that Bailey has not seen, but I have. It's called The Lobster. And it's Colin Farrell, and it's a very fun, good movie.
What the fuck am I looking at here?
Yeah, what the fuck are you looking at? He's hugging a white piece of something.
A white piece of whatever. Yeah, this poster gives me nothing.
Alrighty, this movie is a drama / science fiction film. I'd also
What?
say it's a romance film.
Coming of age?
Coming of age, sure. Got a 7.1 on IMDb. What else? It's called Lobster, fair enough. Colin Farrell, it's released in 2015. Directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. Yorgos Lanthimos.
Oh, of course. Oh, that guy, yeah.
Yeah, I know that guy.
I know him. I know he.
Well, let me get the IMDb up so I can get more people for you. There's not many people in this movie at all, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
That's on IMDb.
I have absolutely no clue what the... I scheduled this movie like ages ago being like, oh yeah, this will be funny. But I've never heard of it. I know absolutely zero about this, and this poster is giving me nothing at all. I don't know what... What's he doing? He's kind of hugging a nothing.
That's John C. Reilly?
John Cena?
No, not John Cena.
Did you say John Cena's in this? Oh, hell yeah. I didn't know John Cena was in this.
Yeah, John Cena, sure. You got a bunch of unknown people in the top billed cast, which don't make any sense, because Colin Farrell's in this. Sean Duggan.
Oi, Duggo.
Yeah, Olivia Colman.
Oi.
Someone. Yeah, this you probably know this guy. His name's... Not that. I want his picture.
Oh, no. Which guy?
No, thank you, IMDb.
No, thank you.
Roger Ashton Griffins.
Oh.
You'll know him.
R.I.G.
You know that guy?
Oh, yeah, I do know
You know that guy?
That guy.
That guy.
That guy. I do know that guy.
Okay, you do know that guy, but that's the guy who's in this movie as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you go. There you go. What do you think this movie is about?
Oh,
After some
alright.
questions.
3 questions. Is the title The Lobster literal? Like
Yeah, it's a literal thing in this movie.
there is literally a lobster in this film.
That's
That's
no,
what
but
I mean.
it's like mentioned a lot. Like the lobster in this film is like a thing. Like it's hard to explain without giving it away.
Okay.
But it is a thing in this movie.
Okay.
Like the lobster.
So it's not just like a metaphorical name. Kind
No,
of thing. Okay.
it's just the lobster.
Okay. Does this gentleman hugging nothing have? Does it have any that's a good question. Does it have to do with like? Does it have to do with like science / medicine? Because I'm getting like lobster vibes, and you said science fiction, and like you know the common myth that's like lobsters can live in forever. I'm getting that vibe. Is
Which
it like,
they can.
yeah. Can they?
Yes.
I thought that was just a myth.
They're biologically like immortal.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes, they can live forever.
That's so cool! What, like,
Yeah, it's true.
chop their head off?
No, not like that.
Oh, you
Like,
mean they can just survive through anything?
They can survive. Like they just keep like if they're damaged, their cells are damaged, it just repairs itself. Yeah.
What, they just like Wolverine themselves?
Like yeah, sort
Not
of
as
like
fast,
Wolverine.
but...
Not as fast, but like it's like
That's
that.
fucking cool, dude. So does it have anything to do with that concept?
No.
Like the... Okay.
That's not. No, it's not a major concept. It's just like the lobster.
Okay. Does they eat the lobster?
Nope.
I'm even more in the dark than I was when I began. Alright, let's go.
You ready for this?
The lobster. The lobster starts with John C. Reilly sitting down at a restaurant, and the restaurant is called something very pompous, very like very upbeat French, like le baguette, like that.
Open that right, please. I need
Actually,
that
yeah.
restaurant.
Can we? Hey George, can you copyright that? Because I really want to open up that restaurant name, please. The restaurant with that name is what I meant to say.
Mm.
And he's sitting there like a baguette with his wife, my wife, and his John C. Reilly's name is Darren Forthcoming, and his wife's name is Miranda Forthcoming, and they're having dinner. The Forthcomings are having dinner. And the the pompous waiter, like the stereotypical pompous waiter, like he's got the twirled moustache, and he's like very tall, very skinny, dark hair, yeah.
French.
Yeah, let's go French. He's like, bon appetit, and he's like got one hand behind his back, and he's got like the towel over his arm, and he's like holding a tray, and he's like, dinner is served, and he pulls it off, and it's just two live lobsters just fighting each other. And that's like the gimmick of this restaurant, and they put it down in front of them, and these two lobsters are like snapping, and they're like surgically enhanced, so they're like bulky.
Oh, they're big.
And basically
they're like Larry the Lobster from SpongeBob.
Yep, that's it. They're just two Larry the Lobsters, and they're fighting on the table. And the rule of this fight is the winner gets to be eaten because they're more worthy, and the loser gets fed to.
The dog.
The dogs. I was going to say children, but yeah, dogs are better.
Oh, yes. Children.
Yeah, in the hierarchy it goes dogs, snakes, children... No, cats, children.
What about rats?
Domesticated or undomesticated?
Take a pig.
Undomesticated... all the way down here, but keep in mind the children are always below it.
Okay, cool. Right.
I'd rather an undomesticated rat than a children. So they give the dead. So yeah, they're fighting, and the Forthcomings are sitting there, and they're going, like they're having a chat because the fight usually takes anywhere between like 5 and 15 minutes, kind of thing, depending. And so they're having a chat. They're still like sipping their wine. They're eating their pompous breadsticks.
Oh yeah.
You know the ones. Like they're dipping them in their olive oil and. The balsamic vinegar
and some salt, yes.
Some salt, yeah, they're doing that, and they're...
delicious.
Delicious. And then they're like, what should we do tomorrow, darling?
Forthcoming.
Darren?
Sure.
Darren Forthcoming. And Darren goes, we should go lobster hunting. I forgot to mention, the Forthcomings love lobsters. They love the feel of them. They love the taste of them. They love the look of them. They're real lobster nuts. They can't get enough of them. And they go, we should go lobster hunting.
Delish.
And so the lobsters finish fighting, and they just absolutely chow into the winning lobster, and they grab the other one and they throw it off to the dogs. They're eating it, and little known fact, when you eat a lobster, I don't know if many of you know this because lobsters are really expensive. When you eat a lobster, you gain their strength. So if you're very sick and you're like, beans, I don't have an arm anymore. Like you got into a fight with someone. Eat a lobster and you grow it back. Now, careful with that lobster arm nonsense because, like, I'm saying it's nonsense and I don't mean to dismiss you, but that kind of, like, plays in a bit later in the movie. So yeah, I'll get into that later because, like, that comes a crucial plot point. And so they're eating it and they're getting stronger because they're old. They're actually 250 years old. But every time they eat a lobster, it regenerates them. So, like, you know when you get older, like, your cells eat itself, but if you eat lobster, you get younger again. It's kind of like how they realized lately that if you transfuse young blood into old people, the old people will get better. And so all the old people want to drink all the young people's blood. And so these
not get AIDS in the process.
Well, they want to drink O blood. Is that the universal donor? O negative or something? They want to drink the O blood.
Yep.
Young O blood. And so they're eating all these lobsters and they're just having a gay old time because they've been around forever. And basically, they go lobster hunting the next day, but they own a lobster farm. I forgot to mention. They own shares in lobsters.
Lots of lobsters.
Because this is a future, because it's sci-fi. So this is a future in which pretty much lobsters are the main source of the economy. And these two, the forthcomings are very rich individuals because they own like 70% of the world's lobsters. And so they can essentially live forever. They can live as long as they want. Like, they can call it quits tomorrow if they want, or they can stay for another 1,000 years.
Oh wow!
Like their whole life is just they can live forever like a lobster.
Frick.
Yeah. So they're lobster
such
hunting.
power.
Such power, dude, and they're like rich old white people as well. But because they're eating lobsters, they look like you and me. They look like in their 20s.
Wow.
Yeah. And
it's like In Time.
Just like the movie In Time. Exactly. We stop aging at 25. Was it 25 or 20?
Something
or 18
like that.
or something. Weird.
But you could be like 100 billion years old.
And no one would know. Who know? I don't know. You might know. I don't know.
Ooh.
Don't show your arm. And so these people are going lobster hunting, but they're hunting mutated lobsters, which they've grown just for game kind of thing. So like they grow these like literal what's the guy from SpongeBob that Larry. They grow like Larry-sized lobsters, like pretty much as big as the doorway. Like they're huge.
Wow.
But they're like genetically predisposed to not hurt humans, only to run away from them. So it's kind of like some Jurassic Park bullshit. So they're chasing after the lobsters and they kill them and out of honor, they don't eat them. Instead, they throw their remains back into the ocean. It's because they're kind of like, because they're genetically mutated, that when they're in the water they break apart and then they grow, like they're like asexual, so they regrow. So if you throw one mutated lobster in the water, it turns into 4 mutated lobsters. However, one day their son whose name is Derek 2, he goes, "What happens if you eat one of the mutated ones, Mom and Dad?" And they're like, don't sacrilege. And he's like, "Isn't it just an honor thing?" And they go, I know Bailey just said it was an honor thing, but he thought of something way cooler and he's going back on that now. And Derek 2 went, "Huh?" And they went, "Don't eat it." And he went, "Okay." And so one day he goes out hunting and he kills one and he takes it home and he goes, and he has a nibble. He has a nibble and he goes, "Oh, it just tastes like lobster. Like, I'm fine." Also, it's kind of weird. Like he's actually only our age, because they chose not to have kids. Like they wanted to work their careers out and stuff like that. They just kind of wanted to get to those stages.
And that's played by Colin Farrell, right?
Yeah, Colin Farrell plays the son, Derek 2.
Cool.
And
so he's not quite our age then.
Dude, makeup is like crazy good nowadays.
Okay, good.
Like makeup and like special effects is like wild good.
Okay, so it's like really young Colin Farrell.
It's really young Colin Farrell.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Nice. It's like remember how good the CGI was in Rogue One? Do you remember how good Leia looked?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's eating this mutated lobster, and he's going, "It just tastes like normal lobster. Like I feel fine." Next morning he wakes up and he's like, because he had some scratches and cuts when he was going hunting, because like he tripped over and like, you know, kind of a rough and tumble environment out there.
Mm.
And he wakes up in the morning and he sees like the cuts that he has in his arms. They're kind of like orange. And he's like, huh, that's weird. They're probably just scabs. Goes to pick it off, but it's like incredibly hard. And he's like, that's fucking like, what's the deal with this? Whatever.
It's probably scabs.
It's probably nothing. It's probably just infected. I'll go to the doctors or whatever. He doesn't need to. So he just eats more normal lobster, and he wakes up the next morning and he's like, it's all fine. Like, he just healed back over again like a normal human. And then one day he just gets really curious and he's like, what happens if I do it again? And he starts researching, like he starts hurting himself on purpose, eating lobster, and then noticing it's growing back like lobster-esque. And he's going, okay. And one day he does the unthinkable and he cuts his arm off. Then he eats the mutated lobster and he grows back a lobster arm. Kind of like in District 9. Have you seen that one? He gets the alien arm. He gets a lobster arm. And he's like, hold on a minute. And he realizes his strength, like, just goes through the roof. Like, with one arm.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's like, whoa. And he's trying to hide it from his parents. And so he does, like, the typical, like, I'm just scratching myself.
Right.
You know when you try to hide something on your hands from your parents?
Mm.
I just tried to hide my girly boy hands. And so he's like trying to hide from his parents and they're like, what's that? Even though this thing is huge. Like,
yeah, it's huge.
Like there's no hiding it. And they're like, what did you do? And he's like, I did it by accident. And they're like, you silly little boy. And
so silly.
And they go, that'll kill you, you know? And he realizes he can revert back to human form if he eats actual lobster. So they force feed him lobster and he wakes up the next morning with a human arm. And so basically he becomes a superhero called the Lobster.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's an origin story.
It's an origin story. Lobster 2, Return of the Crustacean is coming out in cinemas. I think it's mid 2018. But yeah, so he pretty much like before he goes out on a crime spree, he cuts off. It doesn't work. He cuts all his limbs off and then he eats it, so he gets lobster bits. Then he cuts his body off, and he gets lobster body, and then he cuts his head off and he just jams it down his throat, and then he gets a lobster head. It's really like visceral and graphic, so it's really not for the faint-hearted watching this film.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes out and he fights crime with his superhuman lobster abilities, and then one day he turns around and he notices his dad standing there as he's stopping a bank robbery, and he goes, Papa, because he's like rich, and you know rich people say Papa.
Yeah.
And he goes, Papa, and Mr. Forthcoming goes, you stupid little boy, and he explodes, and it turns out the whole time he was just a big pile of snakes. And little known fact, snakes, it's like a weapon triangle. It's like paper beats rock, rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper. It's like lobster beats catfish, catfish beats snake, snake beats lobster.
Oh.
Yeah, and he goes, you stupid little boy, and he explodes into a whole bunch of snakes. And he's just a snake man hiding under flesh the whole time. Because if snakes eat lobster, they take the form of a human. Like, it's really cool. It's like in John Wick, there's like a lot of nice like world building that's like really subtle, and they don't actually tell you.
Yep.
It's just implied.
So it's implied that.
It's implied that.
And if your snakes eat lobsters, they become human.
Yeah. It's never directly said, but you can just kind of put two and two together.
You feel it. You just feel it in your being.
You kind of vibe it out.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he explodes, and he takes on his son, and then the mother comes along, and she goes, "You stupid, stupid man." And she explodes into just a pile of catfish. And she starts devouring her husband. Meanwhile, the son, the lobster, is watching her devour his dad. And he's going, don't you do this, you stupid, stupid woman. And he starts devouring her. Little known fact, if a lobster devours a catfish, the lobster reverts back to their human form, but they have no limbs or genitals. I don't know if you knew this or not, but that's a real thing. Okay. And so he eats his mother and his father, and he reverts to just a body with a head. And do you know what they call him? Bob. and then he goes, "Oh no!"
The Lobster.
And then he goes, "Oh no! I guess I truly was the Bobster." And he looks dead into the camera, and you can hear the director going, "Lobster, lobster, lobster," and he goes, "Oh shit! I guess I truly was the Lobster." And he looks dead into the camera, and then just hard cut, roll credits. But like it's like all the credits roll at once.
Really fast.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes worth of credits happened in a second. Like it just.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a very wild ride of a movie. But yeah,
Amazing.
Lobster 2: Return of the Crustacean is coming out mid 2018. So everyone get ready for that, because he figures out a way to get his body back, but he's on the fight for find his genitals. How'd I do?
I mean, the
Good?
this movie is not a superhero movie.
Damn it! Is it an origin film?
Nope.
Damn it!
This movie is actually very good. It's one of these. It was in all these film festivals. Won quite a few awards.
Oh really?
So it's about this man, Colin Farrell, named Dave. His name's David.
Okay.
And you sort of
Derek too.
Derek too. And in this world, so if you're single, then you'll be turned into an animal of your choice.
What?
So if you're single for 45 days, you'll be turned into an animal of your choice.
Oh.
Right?
Like not dating anyone. Is that what you're
Not dating anyone.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so what he is, his wife leaves him for another man, and he's sent to a hotel to find another mate. And he goes with his brother, who was turned into a dog.
Wait, do you have to be turned into an animal? Like,
Yeah.
is it mandatory?
You just get turned into a dog. You get turned into an animal if you don't find love, or like a partner within 45 days of being single.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. And so David would want to be a lobster.
Yeah.
That's
Live
where
forever.
because they live forever, and he really loves the sea.
Is that actually his reasoning?
That's his reasoning.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, so it's just about the story of him finding this partner, but it's a dark comedy pretty much.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So it's really, really dark in this stuff, and he's trying to find people, and he's like faking him. And the other thing is you have to have one thing in common with someone to be with them.
Ah, okay.
So like, there's a guy.
Kind of like Tinder. You both press the love heart.
Oh right, okay. Yeah. So like, there's a guy with a limp, and he has to go to a girl. He has to try and mate with this girl who has a limp, but it doesn't work out because her limp's only temporary and his is permanent.
Oh, Colin Farrell.
Not Colin Farrell.
Oh, someone. Okay.
But some other guy, for example, in this movie. And there's another guy. There's a woman who always has constant nosebleeds.
Oh.
And there's this guy he fakes getting nosebleeds so he can try and be with the girl so he doesn't get turned into an animal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. So if you get turned into an animal, is there no coming back?
Yeah, you're just an animal.
Oh, I was under the impression you get turned into an animal and you find someone and you turn.
No, you're just an animal.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you know.
Oh fuck, that's a raw deal.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I'm dead like 6,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's really, really weird though.
I like it.
Yeah. And so he escapes from the hotel, and he meets all these loners who don't get turned into animals because the way it happens is doctors give you an injection and turns you into an animal.
Yeah.
And if you don't go to get the injection, you don't turn into an animal.
Yeah.
And then there's a group of these loners that don't get turned into animals because they don't want to be in love. They just want to be by themselves.
Yeah.
And he falls in love with one of the loners.
Oh, it's so typical.
Yeah, and then there's they're both short-sighted, so it works.
Oh,
yeah.
it's lovely.
Yeah, and then there's there's a really fucked up ending actually when you think.
Don't tell me, because I actually kind of want to watch this.
You should watch it. It's very good.
Is it on anything, or do I have to stream it?
I don't know. I think it might be on Netflix or something.
Do I have to stream it 100% legally? Was I leaning off screen the whole time?
No, you're fine.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So it's okay. No, you'll be fine to find it somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. I want to watch this. I want to watch this tomorrow or something.
It's
that
good.
sounds cool.
I recommend it. It's very fun.
Yeah. So what was my rating?
Boy. 20 years out of infinity lobster years.
Whoa! I'm gonna take 20 years, and then keep those in my pocket. So then when I get to be a bit older, I can kind of shave a year off here and there, kind of thing. Just stay nice and fresh every now and again. You know?
Yeah, nice.
Thank you. I'll take those. I'll just stick them in there.
Cool.
Thank you
Good.
for
Just
that.
put it there. Put it there. Yuck.
Thank you.
That was disgusting.
I'm sorry. Oh! So that was us. So we did a good one.
Did we do a good one?
Hold on. Thanks for watching and or listening to our podcast. Spoilers, please. I've been Bailey Lancaster,
And I've been Tom Burness.
and that's us. Goodbye.